those poor unfortunate souls.
Hello, and welcome to Poor Unfortunate Podcast. I'm Conor Perkins.
And I'm Caroline A. Meddy.
Welcome, listeners, to a brand new episode of Caroline, What's New, our bi-weekly mini-episode series where we talk about all of the latest and greatest in Disney news. This episode is being recorded on July 27th, 2024. So, Caroline, what's new?
As always, we will start with Disney Parks news. So let's talk about Disneyland. The Hungry Bear restaurant in Critter Country is closed for refurbishment to become Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree.
Wait, are they doing dinner theater?
No, that's the only thing that's, because everybody was like, wait, is it becoming dinner theater? It isn't. So it will be, in the words of Disney, inspired by the Country Bears and their travels throughout the greatest music halls in the United States. So the main thing here is that we're going to have regional barbecue dishes that are apparently the Bears' favorite. And then the soundtrack will be the Country Bears' greatest hits. So I'm assuming the soundtrack from the attraction. And I'm like, oh, it could have been Rainforest
So
Cafe,
close.
but just Country Bears, and it would have been amazing.
Well, I mean, it was kind of like what we were talking about with the Muppets and taking over the
let me
Diamond
tell you,
Horseshoe.
Ever since we talked about that, I have not been able to get it out of my head. When I was in Disney in April, I walked by the Diamond Horseshoe and I thought about everything it could be. It's sad. Some other Disney dining news. So going back over to Disney World, the Beast has returned to greeting guests in his study at the Be Our Guest restaurant in Magic Kingdom. So it's actually been years since he returned to this location doing that. TBD whether it will be permanent, but again, I hope so.
Yeah.
Because when you have dinner there, you receive an invitation to go meet the Beast in his study, and I think it's very nice thematic.
And you line up by
experience.
the suits of armor
Yeah.
who like talk to each other and like clear their throats and everything. It's super fun.
Yeah, because the study had become a mobile ordering kiosks but now everything is back to table service at Be Our Guest. So we'll see.
Which feels correct.
It does.
Like there are a lot of places where you can mobile order and get counter service. Like not everything needs to be a mobile order place. We can have one place that's a dedicated sit down table service.
Yeah, I'm with it. Also in Walt Disney World, Conor and I love this. So Ichabod Crane's silhouette can now be seen moving in a Liberty Square window above Ye Olde Christmas Shop in Magic Kingdom. So the window actually already had a fun Ichabod Crane reference with a hanging sign advertising music and voice lessons with him. So now we've got his silhouette in the window. So the projection lasts approximately 90 seconds and runs about every 5 minutes after sunset in Liberty Square. So you can see Ichabod lighting a candle, reading, drinking a tea, and then he blows out the candle and he goes to bed. So it's unclear whether this is just for spooky season, whether it's just for a little while. I'm obsessed. We always talk about we need more Sleepy Hollow references in Liberty Square ASAP. I mean, maybe I'm going out on a limb here. It wouldn't work, but if they turn that whole area into Sleepy Hollow, it would make the Haunted Mansion make a heck of a lot more sense, okay? I mean,
sure.
We could still sort of have the Hall of Presidents, and we could come on.
You know, all those presidents from Sleepy Hollow, New York.
Sure. They've come to Sleepy Hollow for a convention, but they're not all even alive. So there is no explanation.
Baby. Sell it.
I got this. Don't worry about it. Yeah, because they're all not alive, they're actually all ghosts of former presidents.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
You're welcome.
The Hall of Presidents is ghosts.
Yes. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Actually, on that topic of spooky season and Halloween and scary things, the Haunted Mansion holiday overlay will return to Disneyland's Haunted Mansion as of July 29th. And so while I agree with folks online saying this is too soon, hold on, like trust and believe, as we've just learned and we know already, I love Halloween, I love spooky, all of that. We know that Disney starts spooky season beyond early in the parks and seems like it's creeping earlier each year. But Disneyland's Haunted Mansion has been closed since January for refurbishments that include a new queue and a gift shop. So it probably felt pointless to close the ride temporarily again to add the overlay in mid-August as they usually do. I will say, fully knowing, again, this is never going to happen, in a way, I wish Disney parks would wait for fall and Halloween overlays until September 1st. It's like a clean start to the season. It doesn't feel too early. It's still technically the summer, but I know they're never going to do that because they are starting Halloween party events in August. So it's never going to happen, but I don't know. I don't know. When I've been to Disney World in August and the fall stuff is up, We all know we love fall. I love fall, but it just feels too soon.
Well, I'm also just like with the holiday, the Haunted Mansion holiday stuff. I want to see the Haunted Mansion in spooky season
As the
as
Haunted
itself,
Mansion. Yeah.
not with the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff because it's
I
all
get you.
Christmas themed.
I get
I'm like,
you.
why do I want to see Haunted Mansion spooky. I'm like, for Christmas we can do Nightmare Before Christmas, but it feels like we're robbing ourselves of Halloween and like the premier attraction itself from being its full Halloween potential.
Yeah. No, I get you. Yeah. No, beginning of
Stupid.
November. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about some Disney Plus stuff. So, not really anything new that's now available to note. But the one thing I will say is the Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max bundle is now launched and available for purchase on any of those respective streaming networks' websites. The bundle saves over 30% with a $16.99 per month rate for an ad-based plan and a $29.99 a month rate for an ad-free plan, which is honestly pretty good. $30 a month for 3
For
networks,
all of that?
all
Yeah.
ad-free.
Yeah.
That's a good deal. So
Yeah. Actually, I got to start doing that. I'm not bundled.
Yeah.
Okay.
some stuff on Disney Plus that's announced coming soon. So Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures shorts, which is like the children's Jedi Star Wars thing that one of my friends writes for. That premieres on August 2nd with the new season of Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures, the like true episodic series, premiering with 2 episodes on August 14th, and then it comes out weekly after that. The second season of Percy Jackson and the Olympians starts filming next week, and they have cast Daniel Diemer as Percy's Cyclops brother Tyson. And so season 2 will follow the second book, The Sea of Monsters. And then at San Diego Comic-Con, it was announced that Disney and BBC will be producing a 5-part Doctor Who spin-off series called The War Between the Land and Sea, starring Russell Tovey and Gugu Mbatha Raw. And filming for that begins in August and is going to be directed by Dylan Holmes-Williams, who directed 2 episodes from the current season of Doctor Who that's on Disney+. Also, Russell Tovey was on what appeared to be a date with Pedro Pascal.
And my God.
It was hot.
Also, I just started watching Doctor Who for the first time. I've never seen it before.
Great.
And I didn't know what to expect with the tone. It's so silly. I had no idea.
So silly.
It's so silly.
Yeah. And then in the world of Disney films, guess what I'm going to talk about? I am going to talk about Inside Out 2. It is now the highest grossing animated film of all time.
Woo!
It did it.
Wow.
So that's kind of freaking
It really
crazy and
is.
awesome.
It's amazing.
Also now available, Deadpool and Wolverine. That is in theaters. It is certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. It set a record for the best R-rated domestic box office preview with $35.8 million, and it is currently working its way to an opening of more than $180 million, which would also be a record for an R-rated feature.
Wow.
So, cool things happening. And then announced coming soon for August, the newest installment of the Alien franchise, Alien Romulus, which is produced by Disney under the 20th Century Fox acquisition, that hits theaters on August 16th. So that's pretty much what I've got Disney film, Disney Plus wise.
Yeah. And then in our little miscellaneous category, it's about to be hot strike summer again. So as of July 26th, SAG-AFTRA, as you all probably remember from last year, the union that represents actors and performers in TV, film, and other media is back on strike over their agreement for video game performers. They have been in negotiations with the convenience bargaining group that represents the different video game companies, including Activision, WB Games, and Disney, among others, for over a year and a half with no agreement. So back in September 2023, members authorized a strike with over a 98% yes vote. While they have reached agreements on many issues, the employers, quote, refuse to plainly affirm in clear and enforceable language that they will protect all performers covered by their contract in AI language. So we'll keep you posted on here about what happens with that. And then let's just quickly talk about 2 passings of 2 absolute icons. So first one is Disney legend William Sullivan. He passed away on July 16th at 88 years old. He had a 38-year career with the Walt Disney Company. And in the words of Josh D'Amaro, few people have contributed as much to Disney theme parks as Bill Sullivan. So at age 19, it's such a good story. Like, he saw an advertisement for, like, he saw the opening ceremonies, I think, for Disneyland on TV. Sullivan quit his job to become a ticket taker at the Jungle Cruise. He met his future wife while she was working at a gift shop across from the attraction. Then he progressed to ride operator and then to Disneyland operations supervisor, to project manager for the Walt Disney World project, to director of Epcot Center operations, to vice president of Magic Kingdom Park.
That's
Just
crazy.
totally amazing. And he actually wrote a book about all this that's something like to the effect of like from Jungle Cruise skipper to like Disney legend. So I'd love to read that and hear those stories. And on July 18th, we also had the passing of Bob Newhart at 94 years old, an absolute icon, but in the Disney realm, he was the voice of Bernard in The Rescuers.
Yeah.
So rest in peace to those two great gentlemen.
All right, that's everything that we have for you. Thank you so much for joining us. Please remember to hit follow or subscribe where you're listening. Follow us on social media. And I do want to note that there will be a little bit of a hiatus between this mini episode and our tips and tricks episode, which will come next in our rotation. So keep posted on our socials for the announcement of when you can expect that next episode. Hopefully it should be pretty soon. We just have a couple things that we're doing on our end to sort of sort out first. And until then, Beluga Sevruga.